I guess we're going. This is another installment as Simon tries to cope with the digital age. Simon tries to cope with the digital age, and the only conclusion I can make is fuck that. Fuck death to digital. Well, I'm here. This is Simon the Mad Busker. I want to say thank you to the people who have donated to the GoFundMe for the big band. I'm trying. I'm trying to get this 8-piece band together, play at the Rose Den on June 12th, Friday, and I got like Kevin Batchelor, Chuck Hancock, I got Martha, I got Jerry Wilkie on horns, and I got Gio and Johnny on the rhythm section, Tim on the bass. I'm going to be playing guitar, not bass, but we're going to try to have a little fun there. And I want to thank everybody because there's just no way in today's music climate that any place is going to pay for an 8-piece band. It's just sheer economics. So, you know me, I make it up as I go along. And I just want to thank everybody that is doing it and, has been donating. We're getting very close. The other thing that I wanted to say is these times that we live in, well, this shit has been going on a long time. Like what they just did with, denying black people the vote in Tennessee and in Virginia, and the way I'm old enough. I'm 67, which means I got a lot of wrinkles and I got a lot of sagging skin and shit, but with age comes perspective sometimes. And one thing I could tell you is I remember when black people couldn't vote. I was a little kid, and I remember seeing it on the news. And so I remember that time. And I also remember, this is where I get a little naive. I get a little simple. I thought, that this nation is moving ahead. It's moving ahead. Things are getting better, and really, it's the same old shit. I knew this too. 2014, 2020, all between. There's certain entities in this country. There's forces in this country that the only way I can explain it is they just don't want to let people alone. Okay, they don't want to let black people alone. They don't want to let brown people alone. I did not grow up working class. I grew up middle class. My father was a doctor, and my mom worked in a book company. Okay, I'm the starving artist class now, but I don't come from working class background. However, neither did Fidel Castro. As a matter of fact, Castro, his father was a wealthy white Cuban landowner, much like my father. Okay, or Bakunin, the great anarchist revolutionary, was actually a nobleman, a member of the ruling class and nobility, as was Kropotkin. All right, another great anarchist philosopher. So, but I have to say this: I was raised racist in a racist society. You think I'm not guilty of this shit too? I know it. And what I try to do is I try to look into myself and see how it's affected me and how I've been brainwashed from it, and I try to walk away from it. This is why I was involved with the punk movement. This is why I got disillusioned with the hippie movement, got involved with the punk movement, did all that stuff for Rock Against Racism. I did all this stuff my whole life. But I ain't gonna tell you that my shit don't stink. I was raised by fucking racists in a racist society. So I'm not gonna tell you I'm holier than thou. That, and I know I can't tell you this shit surprises me, but it does upset me, and and this is what really upsets me is that this is what the majority of voters wanted. 77 million people voted for this shit that's fucking happening right now. And I'm this is what you motherfuckers want? I guess so. But guess what? Fuck you. Fuck you. And if you voted for this shit, see it. Didn't want to be you. All right? So, like I said, this is very upsetting. And I would, I'm an anarchist, but that I vote. I'll tell you why, because I also believe in practicality, in reality. As an anarchist, I cannot force my anarchist views on anyone else or try to say, okay, this is, we don't believe in coercive government. So living in reality is important. Get out there and first get rid of these fucking motherfuckers, these bad guys. Try to get some people there that aren't as bad, and then go to work on them. Otherwise, what the hell's going to happen? I was born in New York. If you ask me what race I am, I'm going to tell you I'm a New Yorker. If you ask me what ethnicity I am, I say I'm a New Yorker. If you ask me what nationality I am, I'm going to tell you I'm a New Yorker. That's all I know. So what I'm going to do is move to some other fucking country this late in the game? Run away? Nah. You know who I am. If you don't like what I say and you want to fucking kill me for what I'm saying, so be it. All I'm going to say is that fuck this government, fuck these sellout, weak ass, fake opposition people too. And I always knew this. The great thing about being a musician is I never got paid, and I always got kind of sometimes treated not so great, and I had to struggle. So I had to overcome my upper middle class white entitlement and kind of scrounge for a living, and it taught me a lot. And it made me resourceful and resilient, and let's all be resourceful, resilient, and let's be nice to each other, man. Be nice to each other and do no harm. I'll see you in the streets because that's all I know. Okay, the only thing I know is music in the street. All right. Bebop Leo, is it, Simon?